Hey guys, this is Ash, and today we're going to be building the Drop Sense75. Currently it's on sale on drop.com for $99. The version that I got was the white one, and I believe that one is $129, but this is just the bare bones kit. It doesn't come with the switches or keycaps, but everything else that you need to build the keyboard will be there. So for my current setup, I'm using the epomaker TH80, and the desk mat below it is actually just a random one from Amazon. The colors matched the coiled cable that you see on screen really well, so that's the main reason that I got it. Today we'll be replacing that with something that should match the colors of the new build pretty well. So this is just another one that I found on Amazon, but the quality turned out to be really nice. The edges are all stitched, so that prevents any fraying, and the details on the mat itself are absolutely beautiful, so you can make out everything in full detail. Now for the switches for this build, we're using the Akko Cream Yellow Pro V3s. Some new switches from Akko, really nice feel. They do come factory lubed, but we're going to lube them ourselves. And the star of the show, the keycaps, it's going to be the Ava Mark II Evangelion keycaps that I found on Amazon. As for the keyboard that we're using today, this is the Drop Sense75. So when you open the box, you're greeted with this absolutely beautiful white and like goldish bronze keyboard. It does have a weight on the back, and the entire feel of the keyboard is really solid and sturdy. It does weigh more than I think you might expect it to. The knob is really tactile, and the coating on the aluminum frame is this white E-coating. So before we started building, I had to lube all the switches, and this is just me taking the switches apart, but that and that pile, my wife and I ended up lubing those switches for about 3 hours, but thanks to her help, I got it all done in one night, and we just bag lubed the springs because honestly, after 3 hours, you're absolutely exhausted. So this is actually filmed the next day because we were so tired. It was like 1 o'clock at night when we finished lubing all of the different parts for the switches, and I began taking apart the keyboard. This screwdriver that I'm using is one that I found on Amazon. It does charge via USB-C, and all of those tips are magnetic, so it's actually really nice, and it holds a charge for like a couple of months. Like I don't use this often when I'm not building keyboards, but just keeping that in mind, it has lasted quite a bit and I haven't plugged it in yet. So I separated the frame from the plate, and then there's a couple of screws in the back of the PCB that are holding it to the actual plate itself. So you have to take those out and try to keep your screws organized. As you can see, I'm just putting them on my mat here, so I'm not super organized, but I recommend organizing them. So I actually stored all of my switches back into the case that they came in just to keep them safe. And when I was putting them into the plate with the PCB behind it, also don't forget to put your plate foam back in between the PCB and the plate. Almost forgot that, but when you're putting the switches in, it might be a little difficult if you use the press and seal mod, but just with a little bit of force, they should go in perfectly fine. And when you're putting the case back together, because I used the pillowcase foam, I just had to apply a bit of pressure to condense everything. And then while you're putting the screws in, the board will kind of just like pull itself together to the frame, and everything should fit perfectly fine. Finally, it was time for the keycaps. I love these keycaps. Oh my God, please go get these keycaps. And the board turned out absolutely amazing. I did steal the red knob from my TH80, but I think it matches the theme really well. And it does have some like RGB glow on the side, which was pretty cool. And finally, the sound test that everyone's been waiting for. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a great time with this build. I think it turned out really well. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.